Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Fabs in the house, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm in the house with a Lionsteel ROK aluminum frame here with me for a review. We're gonna analyze the look, the sound, and the feel of this little fella. But hey, don't forget to like the video and subscribe right here down below. And also down below you can leave me a comment and let me know what you guys think about this guy. So let's go ahead and check this out. This guy comes with a very cool box. Like, look at see the shimmering ink. I like it. You just remove this sleeve right over there, and then you have cardboard with some you see, like some spongy padded thing like sponge, and then you get some explanation for your NFC, for your pocket clip. We're gonna check it in a second. It's a pretty cool package indeed. Look at this, and you get, of course, the knife, NFC pod. You get extra screw, and you also get the tool to remove the flipper tab, which we're gonna check in a second, and then you get your knife, of course. So very good and great, actually, attention to detail in for the packaging. So that's the Lionsteel ROK, and let's quickly check this size because we got a 3.25 inch long cutting edge and 4.5 inch long handle for an overall length of 7.75. Let's quickly check this bad boy up against Benchmade mini bag out and Benchmade bag out right over there. You can see, yeah, bigger than both. Maybe Spyderco Para 3 can do something. No, kind of like a little bit smaller than that, but for sure the Paramilitary 2 is gonna be bigger than that. But if you check the cutting edge, it's kind of like the same. So very interesting here. We can also see Chris Reeve knives, large Sebenza 21, and you guessed it, yes, the small Sebenza 21 is coming up right there, to just give you an idea that this fella falling in between these two offerings from Chris Reeve knives. Here we can get to see Holt Blade Works, that's the Spectre, and of course I'm gonna show you a haptic for size reference. And again, Lionsteel ROK just falls in between these two offerings from Holt Blade Works, so that's also always a cool thing to have. Like here you can see, for example, Shirogorov Custom Division F95 Antique and Shirogorov Custom Division Neon NL. Again, this fella is just like probably, actually, this guy is kind of like in the same realm of the Neon NL. Maybe a little bit longer, but not by much. For sure, this bad boy, look at this, barely fits the frame. Shirogorov Custom Division 111 Deep Space is gonna be bigger than this Lionsteel 100%. So what do we have, guys, here? This is Italian-made knife designed by Molletta. It is a aluminum frame lock, and it is, by looking at this, I can already say that I like the design. It is a very appealing design, in my opinion. I like the lines, I like the shape, I like a lot of this knife. There's something that I'm not really like a fan of. We're gonna check it in a second, but let's see what is very good about this fella. I mean, milling, yeah, I mean, pretty good milling lines, nicely diamond checkered pattern. The milling goes, see, on the chamfer, it goes on the back of the handle and just wraps around, continuing symmetrically on the lock side. Really, really well done, I have to say. So integral aluminum frame, which means that this is, there's no screws like holding this together, because there's nothing to hold together, because this is just a one chunk milled out from a billet of aluminum, and they got to mill out this frame, which is pretty cool. I like it. Of course, you're not gonna get any internal milling going on, like internal skeletonization. You do have a skeletonized back, like with these three large openings to reduce, of course, the weight. which already is, I mean, not too bad. This is there's a pretty chunky handle, and being aluminum and black anodized, it's gonna have a contained weight for sure. You also, you see, you get kind of like a nice finger groove over here with a large opening to access easily the lock bar, and that's a very nice feature to have. There's of course no backspacer, no standoffs, because this is an integral. So you also do not have any lanyard hole option. You see, there's no place where you can just attach a paracord or like a bead or whatever, so forget about that. You do have the blade, which is a little bit favoring show side, just a tiny bit. I tried to crank this down, but I wasn't successful. I mean, it's not touching or anything. You see, there's plenty of room, but still, it's a little bit favoring the show side. But still, the tip is safely recessed on the inside. If I jam my finger, I can feel the tip. I cannot like lift the blade. Maybe no, but you see. With the nail, yeah, I can. So it's safe. Like this, you have just like to jam it inside, so you're gonna be safe. But still, it's like borderline. You can feel it. Also, what I like is the look when closed. It is chunky, yes, but it's sleek at the same time. I really like it, and it's I mean, it's sleek. Look at this. It's nice and flush. It's well made. It's well designed, I have to say, except for one thing that is bugging me. But for example, you don't have protruding screws. This is the captive pivot, which they designed like this on the back, and on the side you just got like a T probably 8 to take this guy apart, and you're gonna be done. So very straightforward disassembly for this fella. You do have also a stainless steel lock face insert, because you would get aluminum up against steel, so that might create a lock stick for the difference in hardness of the two materials, and that's it. That's completely eliminated with the insert screwed in from the outside with 2 screws. Look at that. That's a pretty nice detail right over there. So that's a fantastic thing. Also, you do get a over travel lock bar stabilizer, and which in this case, you see, like, you can't overextend the lock bar, but also when the blade is open, you do get like a lock for the lock bar. So you see, you can't disengage the lock bar, and this guy cannot close up on you as you use it. So that's a very nice safety feature that they included in this one. That's another pretty cool close-up of how this guy looks. It's well made, nicely done, and you just rotate counterclockwise to disengage, so you're gonna be able to just close the blade in the inside of the handle. Also, like another, the star of the show probably is going to be the retractable pocket clip, which can just disappear into the handle. And look at that. You just push this button right over here when you want to put it in the pocket like so, and just slide it in. There is, you see, like when you push this guy out, you see, it tends not to come out like parallel to the handle, but just like a little bit slanted. So the tip of the clip is going to be remaining a little bit closer to the handle. Look at this, you see, than the actual part. So you see, there is a little bit of, so it would be better like if it would be like that, but it's gonna be like that. So you still have a very little clearance to get the fabric into inside. And also look at the ramp. It's very minimal in and out. So I think they kind of missed the opportunity to have a fantastically functional pocket clip. So, I mean, it works, but look at this. You need like either to do like that, so just to give, you see, pinch it and then move it a little bit upward so you can slide it into your pockets, or you're gonna have to have like very slim fabric for your pocket. So that's something I noticed. I mean, it's a great idea. It's a genius idea. Like to have like a flush lock side is great. There's no, of course, like hotspots going on whatsoever on this side, but you do get like to use this fella in you know, or either you do like that, or you're just gonna have a thin fabric if you wanna just slide it right away. And then you get this blade right over here, pretty chunky stock. Look at this. M390 steel. You do have some jimping, which is not really functional. I mean, it's nice looking, but it doesn't have much bite. You have a beautifully crowned spine, that is for sure, and a short swedge where they put the Lionsteel Italy logo and the Molletta M390 logo on the back. And then still chamfered up to the tip, which you can see it's pretty chunky as well, but nicely done. And then you have probably 30% belly, straight edge up to the sharpening choil. Flat grind, you get to see these nice belt grind lines, oblique plunge grind. Let's quickly check stock thickness for this fella, because let's do like this. And let's, let's zero that, and let's do, 0.176, and behind the edge, this guy is not like the master of thinness, it's gonna be, 0.032, so it is a chunky blade for sure. You have also, like, as you notice, like over here, you do have a flipper tab, which is removable. In fact, there's a screw over here. They provide the tool, as I showed you before, to remove the flipper tab. So you do have a knife that needs to be opened with two hands, like so. So it's going to be legal in places where like a flipper knife is not legal. So that's a very cool thing to have. So also, like the sound, it's very subdued, not loud, very contained, soft, mellow, not loud at all, very, very quiet. And closing, it's almost like really inaudible, guys. It's very, very interesting. Very nice. It's quiet. It's nothing like whoa, but I like the fact that it's really, really quiet. Also, let's quickly check the weight, because this guy, it's chunky. There's a pretty big chunk of steel. It's an integral. There's no, you see, 4.46 ounces for a 3.25 inch long blade. It's kind of on the heavy side. What is very good also is the ergos. I like them. I don't feel any hot spots. Everything is pretty well rounded off. No sharp edges. The clip is contributing big time to have no hot spots right here in the back. And yeah, it just feels good in the hand. Absolutely solid, because of course this is a chunk, one chunk of aluminum. So there's no flex. There's nothing like moving, because there's nothing that can move. The texturing on the handle makes it less slippery than it would be, but the finish, it's still kind of leaves some slipperiness to the handle. But fit and finish, of course, is just spot on. Everything is flush, nicely put together. This part especially, you can barely feel that there's like two different materials and something going on. Very, very, very well put together for sure. There's no rattling, blade plays super solid, no finger soreness, like to disengage the lock bar. The clearance is very good. You're not gonna be able to do like a push button. You're just gonna stick with the light switch to do that. And yeah, I mean, overall the feel is pretty good. The only thing, and this is the only thing that I really don't like about this guy, is the action, because the lock bar pressure, I think, is too much. So it's easy to fail. Like, I can fail this guy any second. So very easy to fail. You just need like a little bit stronger light switch to deploy the blade. But if you want to close, you see, like, just disengage the lock bar, boom. But then you have to wiggle a little bit vigorously to get the blade closed into the handle, or you can just like do this, or like with one hand, something like that. But I mean, fidget factor is not there, and that was a little bit of a disappointment for me, but because I was hoping, you know, that I would, oh man, I wanted to like this one, I wanted to love this one, and I just ended up liking it, because the action, It's just not there. Everything else, it checks out. I mean, the detent is nice. I love the shape. I love the innovations going on over here. I like the fact that it's Italian. I like the fact of the pocket clip, the lock for the lock bar, the pivot like that, the design. But the action is just simply not there. But beside that, it is a pretty cool knife for sure, with very, very cool features. So there you have it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching. Stay tuned.